Hello everyone, welcome to Beltmatic, a new game I'm trying out. I think it came out like a couple months ago, is that right? Yeah, March. And I'm not giving you guys the game audio aid because I've sort of like started to just do that less and less. But also because it sounds like it sounds fine. I'm not like a music expert. I'm not sure if it's 80s or 70s music. It sounds like 80s music to me. But it sounds like so generic 80s that I'm worried they don't, like, that it's not custom for this game and that there would be some copyright issue if I tried to do it. So we're not going to. Anyway, I haven't played this at all. But from, like, the store page and this, it's sort of evident that it is a, automation slash factory builder game where you are making numbers rather than rocket parts or whatever. So it should be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Controls, yeah. Move around with WASD, of course. Shift to move faster. Okay. I see a 2 over here. Mouse wheel to zoom. Pause with spacebar. Sure. Hub, yes. Objective is to deliver numbers here. So deliver ones 10 times, I guess. Yes, correct. To get an adder. Extraction. Build an extractor over the 1 here. Okay. Yes. Route it to the hub using belts. Okay, it doesn't automatically turn for you. You have to do that. And it doesn't automatically connect into that. You have to... Okay, got it. All right, we're delivering ones. And we are going to have 10 of them any second now. Addition. Build an adder. Connect an extractor to the inputs. Okay, so we want to send it a 2. Sure. So now it stopped sending stuff because an adder needs multiple inputs. Oh, how do I make a belt again? 1. So we could, like, apparently do this, which is like... Oh, is this backwards? How do I rotate it? I see. Got it. So the A and B inputs. How come it takes so long? Okay, so this thing actually has some sort of production time, huh? I was gonna say, oh, we could get out more ones if instead of taking one stream of ones and splitting it here, we took out ones twice. But it looks like addition takes a long time. Okay. What are these buttons? Add a marker. Center on your base, I guess. Delivered numbers. Okay, so here's our goals, I guess. Okay, not sure about that. Upgrades. Oh, you can upgrade your belts. Or your extractors or your adders. Interesting. Okay, and then this is just the menu. Oh my god, it wants 22s. Like her. I guess if I had realized it was going to take so long, I could have set up another adder. Ah, boy, this is a big old... Oh, it's nice that it... Like, the size of these numbers is kind of the same no matter your zoom level, so you can look around and find the numbers you're looking for. Cute. Upgrades, yeah, okay, so... Speed 1 belts, 2 belts. Do you mean... I don't understand. So belt speed... Okay, I don't really understand. So I'm supposed to make 3s, and the 2s that it's getting, it's just throwing away. Okay. That's fine. That's easy to do. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do to upgrade, though. Deliver more. Deliver more what? Extraction 2 unlocked, but I thought it said that I was going to unlock something, wasn't I? Extractor 2. Oh, I see. This is the ability to extract 2s, which I previously didn't have, I guess? It's like, this is grayed out because I haven't learned how to extract 5s yet. Okay. So we could extract a 2 here if we wanted. It doesn't seem like we ever need to go back and like deliver a smaller number. Obviously, I might someday want 2s for something else. But for now, it seems like it would be fine if I wanted to like just tear apart and cannibalize the old factory bits. I mean, I don't know, like it doesn't really seem like how do you delete X? Can I actually, can you put a belt like that? Is that legal? I can do that, and I can do that. But if I put this closer, would that still be legal? No, there has to be a gap of at least 1 between each part. Okay, so is there like a move? Control X, cut this, paste. I did cut, and then I hit paste and it's gone. I don't understand that. Shift mouse wheel for history? What? Oh, is it possible? Yeah, I see what happened. I have my caps lock key mapped to control because it's just awkward to use your pinky all the way down there for control. And that works for most programs, but some programs somehow see the original caps lock. And so what happened is I just hit caps lock doing nothing, and then X saying delete when I wanted to control X. Okay, whatever. Not a big deal. I'm not going to use that stinky 2. That's still too high, huh? There we go. Because we don't really, like, need to. The bottleneck is going to be this adder. Even if I were getting the 2s, like, without having to do any addition on them, this adder is still dominating, so I don't actually need to extract this 2 for anything. Oh wait, I'm still not allowed to extract it. I thought it said previously extraction 2 unlocked next level. Okay, well, can I see somewhere like the ratios, how fast this is? I mean, I don't know, whatever. I'll just rotate like that. We'll just build another one. To get the numbers in twice as fast. And it's clearly delivering ones. Okay, it does look like there is some maximum throughput that these extractors can manage. Notice it's not outputting the ones at a regular... Like, there's gaps in the belt here. And those occur when this side needs some 1s. So it looks like this produces enough 1s to satisfy 4 adders, but only just. If we were going to do like another copy of this, which we could, it probably would eventually run dry. So it wants 5s, which is fine. I could take 3s and 2s. But do I now actually have the ability to make 2s? I do. Or, well, make to consume 2s. So now, since adders really are our bottleneck, I mean, actually, that's a sort of like silly. I was about to say, oh, since adders are the problem, like let's have fewer adders. But of course, the problem is actually the like where is your bottleneck? It's the adder that gets used most often, like these guys. No. It's not the one that gets used most often. It's the slowest one in the path. Right? So this adder is producing 2s fast enough to satisfy this adder. So really, we're totally bottlenecked for 2s. Not that 2s matter anymore, but when they did matter, this adder was our bottleneck. And if this had been a 2 extractor that could spit out 1,000,000 2s a second, we still wouldn't get things any faster. And why do I think that's not the case here? Like, first of all, there is the, like, okay, we don't have an unlimited supply of 1s, or they don't come out at arbitrary speed. They only come out at the speed of 1 belt throughput, I guess. Obviously, look, I know I could just build 2 adders here, funnel 1 into them, and then funnel 1 here. That's very easy. I'm trying to get to grips with, like, in this game, how to think about bottlenecks for efficiency. If I had this, a chain of 2 2s, feeding into another adder that took in a 1, then I'd be bottlenecked on the adder that adds 4 and 1, clearly. So I would be bottlenecked on a single adder. If I just had 5 adders on 1s, I could have 2 of them, 2 adders make 2s, another adder that adds those together to make a 4, and another that adds those together to make a 5. And I would just be bottlenecked on the 5, I think. Except that I don't know quite what the throughput of this is. Eventually we would get to the point where we would be sucking up 1s faster than this can produce. Like, the output of an okay, so here's something, I guess, to think about. The output throughput of an adder is like the number of items per second an adder can make. As long as that is like the number of seconds it takes to make an item with an add, as long as that is less than the number of items per second an extractor can produce, then any chain of additions we do will yield the same total throughput. But eventually we'll get to the point where this can't output 1s fast enough to keep the last adder happy, to keep it producing all the time. And at that point, it will actually be a production, like, it will actually speed things up to use, like, 2 extractors. Either a 2 or multiple 1s or whatever. The other point, of course, is that to get to 40, we want to, like, parallelize the tasks. So we're going to want to, like, be consuming 10 items. 10... In order to double up the production with just a single extractor, we would need to consume 10 1s per second. Well, 10 1s per throughput of this, so speed of this, whatever that is. And clearly this doesn't make them any 1s. So to achieve maximum throughput, we will need to use the 2. Again, I know I could have been done by now if I had just done it. Very obviously. I'm just, as I say, trying to make sure that I understand the principles needed to play efficiently. Interesting. So the 4s are just getting thrown away when it finishes making them. The 2s... Or no? It seemed like it was still sucking up 2s for a bit. Maybe there's a buffer of 4s in there? What if I do this? Yeah, it buffers a few 4s. Interesting. Okay. So let's just throw away all this garbage. Do I have a way to cross belts? What happens there? Okay, that's like a splitter. Interesting. Is that any good? Do I want a splitter? I don't know. Routing is a little annoying here, isn't it? I just need to add like another adder here, but getting a 1 to it kind of sucks. I guess I'll just, I don't know, do this. Okay, so that'll double our throughput. Oh, will it? No, it won't. I need another adder for these, because right now this is our bottleneck, not either of these. There we go. Because we were producing stuff from here and then trying to consume from it twice as fast at the other 2 adders. So this avoids that problem. I'm almost tempted to try to make another one to speed things up to get to 40, but I don't yet have the ability to like cross belts. It's like impossible. I can't get any more stuff in here. They better give me some logistics soon. What does it say I'm getting, by the way? A bridge. Okay, cool. Bridges are automatically built when building a belt over another belt. Oh, are they? Well, they weren't a minute ago when I when I tried to do this. Okay, fine. Okay, so we need 10s. We have 5s now already. One obvious thing to do would be to just add them to each other. I guess that's, you know, what am I saying? That's one easy, get out of here. One small, easy way that we can start doing something. It doesn't use any bridges, but we're now producing 10s at half the pace that we were producing 5s, and we have to make more of them. So, oh, actually we're producing them at 0 speed because this isn't connected. At least there's a buffer, so fine. So it would really be nice to do things a bit faster, eh? Really scale up the production somewhat, somehow. We don't yet know how to extract larger numbers, right? I mean, there aren't a lot of very large numbers around, but Actually, I want to test my understanding here of like how throughput works on these things. If I do this, yeah, I mean, each of these gets a number fairly rarely. And I bet if we connected them all up, we would find that they join together to produce items at the speed of whatever the normal belt speed is. Right? That you can't get extra throughput out of a one by just out of an extractor by just adding more belts. It's just like you're implicitly adding a splitter here or something. So if you want more items per second, more value per second, then you need more extractors. Now, right now, we don't need that because our extractors are bottlenecked behind our adders. So we can just add, we can just put in more adders to speed things up. Like this, for example. And I guess there's no point in having these dual things running out because, again, they're both drawing from the same source. I might as well just fill this belt and then split up here, I suppose. And the bridge there works out just as intended. And I think we're still not... saturating our 2, right? We might be getting close though. Look at these 4s. They're not really backing up here anymore. Well, wait, no. That doesn't tell me anything, does it? That tells me that this thing is consuming inputs as fast as this can produce them, which obviously they're both just adders. The fact that we have a backlog here, but behind our first row of adders still tells me that we're still not fully saturated on this 2. I've learned to extract 3s, which is fine. Where is there a 3 even? Way over here. Weird. It seems like this game doesn't really... Like, it's lacking some... I think the engineering challenges so far have been fine, right? But it's lacking a lot of affordances. Like, tell me how these adders behave, right? Tell me how fast they are. How fast this stuff is. Or is this... I see. This is telling me, I think. Maybe? Well, but it's not. Okay, this is telling me... Wait, I'm delivering 5s and 10s? Oh. This one I didn't double up on, so it's just delivering garbage that nobody wanted. Okay, very funny. But I guess this is sort of interesting, right? Because I want to know how many 1s do we get out of this? Like, I know, I guess, I don't know, it must be 2 per second, right? Yeah. So a belt level 1... Oh, I didn't understand this. When it told me about upgrades, I didn't understand what I was supposed to do. I thought it was just like, yeah, okay, it's a belt level 1. But it's saying, no, deliver enough 1s, and you'll get a belt speed upgrade. Okay, so belts deliver speed, or belts right now can deliver 2 per second. And extractors can output 1 belt's worth of stuff. So if I upgrade my belt speed, my extractors will start going faster as well, right? And then if I upgrade this, it'll be even more. Okay, now I'm interested. I think there's still some affordances missing, but this one I just didn't get it, maybe? And it was actually offering me the information I wanted. Okay, and this is actually good because the other thing I was going to complain about was that you seem to be incentivized to tear down everything you've built every time it asks for a new number, but it doesn't really give you tools for rebuilding or preserving any of your useful investments of engineering effort. But now that I understand how upgrades work, it's saying, look, yes, upgrade the speed. Okay, but before I do that, it's saying there's still going to be a reason to produce more 1s, to produce more 2s. And so you're kind of building up stuff and not just throwing everything away. Once we have a way to make a bunch of 5s, maybe just leave it there. Maybe there'll be an upgrade in the future that's oh, make more 5s and something cool will happen, right? Your multipliers will get faster or something. So maybe I should stop throwing away stuff every time I'm done. Okay, interesting. Anyway, so we're now inputting... Yeah, per second, please. 4 1s per second, as expected. Because belts produce 2 items per second, and we have 2 belts worth of 1s, and an extractor exactly fills a belt. So when I do this, even though I'm only speeding up my belts, my understanding is it'll also speed up my extractors. Right? Because this belt is still full. And if I look here... Yeah, 5 per second now. Okay, cool. Cool. So, given that we're not just throwing everything away all the time, I should probably be a little bit more careful about how I'm designing my layout around here. Yeah, okay. Got it. So, I do actually want to throw this away, but just for a minute. Because I think I just want to mainline some 2s, oops. Just have that permanently going in there. And similarly, grab a bunch of 1s. And just have these pretty much permanently going in. Because it seems from our upgrades page we're going to always want more 2s. And more 3s. So, are there any 2s nearby I could grab? So I don't know. The stuff near the base, I don't need to build all of my factories or whatever they're called, my adders near the base. The base is, I guess, going to be focused on receiving numbers because that's how you power upgrades. And I can just fabricate stuff outside and ship it in, basically, to keep the base from getting too crowded. Okay, so let's think a little bit about balancing here. It's going to change once I get my extractors and belts leveled up again, which will be soon. But, well, let's just assume these have both leveled up, because by the time I'm done thinking, they will have. We'll be producing 2 belts worth from each extractor, and each This is 1,000 out of 1,000. Give it to me. Do I have to upgrade adders first? 1K out of 1K. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay, anyway, so we can just do this. And this fully saturates these extractors still. Why hasn't this upgraded? That's what I want to know. I guess you have to do the adders first, maybe. You have to keep everything upgraded, like, at the same level, maybe? Oh, or no, I see. This thing... no, it only gives me the ability to extract 4s. I don't know, maybe there's some, like, that I didn't understand. I was unlocking, like, the permission to click this button, kind of, with one of the earlier deliveries. Okay, anyway, so at the moment, we extract like 5 items per second from each extractor. So to saturate a single adder, or to get adders, to get a single belt worth of output, we need 12 adders? Am I insane? That seems like a lot. Okay, whatever. So that was my thinking, was like, let's kind of, I don't know, route this stuff over here. And I have 2 belts worth of 2s, and I can easily get 2 belts worth of 1s. But actually, I don't think this is quite right, the right way to do it. What I want is for these to be in parallel, I think. So something like this. And I'm going to need like 6 adders off of each stem, branch. I don't know exactly what I'm saying. And that's only to make one... no, it's to fully saturate one of the extractors. Okay, so... what I'm thinking is something like this. Where... so if I do this and run that in, that works, right? Yeah, it splits correctly. And if I send you over here... no, stop that. Drawing over, yeah, it makes a bridge. Perfect. So... this is sort of my idea for getting 1 belt's worth of 3s. Pump a belt of 1s and a belt of 2s, and just have adders next to each other. Yes. I mean, I don't know. This is kind of, I think, really basic Factorio stuff, but I had to think about it in this new context of how this game's belts and stuff work, and adders and so on. And the ratios are going to get all messed up as soon as we upgrade anything, but what can you do? Oh, I didn't copy this part. Whoops. Does that work? Yeah. So now let's leave some space for expansion here as our adders get more efficient, I assume. Yeah, I'm not allowed to upgrade this, but that's fine. That's because I haven't gotten any 3s yet. Right. So let's join these 2 lines back up. And feed them in. And I believe... Hang on, why is this not a full belt on the way out? This should be a full belt, shouldn't it? What's... Oh, right. It's 12 to make a single belt. And I'm trying to get 2 belts. So I need 12 on each. Okay, yes. I guess I should actually like include this in the... Yeah, so let's copy this. I guess that didn't quite go through. I again forgot this part. Okay, but that's fine. I can just copy this. Nope, wrong. I have to copy this, include the connections at the bottom. And then really, I can just copy this whole thing and put it up here, right? I wonder what dictates whether, when there's a split here, like the 2 could go either way, what dictates which way it goes? Is it every other? Yeah, I guess it is. Okay. So did we do it? Do we have 2 full belts going out? It doesn't look like we're quite there somehow. I'm not sure why. Well, actually though, I guess it's really close. There's just a tiny little gap every so often on this one. This one fills up an entire belt. And this one doesn't. But they're identical. What the hell? This actually backed up here? How? Okay, maybe that's what... No, because... Because all the backups should sort of cancel out in the end, right? I don't understand what's happening there. This is almost a full belt, but not quite, and I don't know why, but I'll get over it. Yes, upgrade my adders. They're now 3-to-1 instead of 4-to-1. Okay. So now this really should be delivering 2 full belts, right? Yeah, there's backup on the output belt now. Or in the output buffers of my adders or whatever. Okay, so now that we've done some infrastructure improvements, I'm still not allowed to do this. Now we can get back to the task of working on 12s. Which I think basically I'm perfectly happy to just like saturate these 2 extractors, I think. Which should be, it's 3, okay, how does this shit work? 0.3 per second. And a belt is 2.5 per second. So it's about 8 adders per belt-ish. A little bit more, 8 1/3. Okay, fine. Do the same kind of deal here, where we get 2 parallel lines of inputs. I think I could just copy this idea. Yeah, in fact, let's do that. This is more than I need, but they're free, so whatever, right? So let's grab this. And we'll just send this. I mean, I don't know. I'll keep all 12 here. I shouldn't need them ever, but what am I supposed to do? Truncate it at 9 for just no reason? I guess. Get up there. And this won't be anything like a full... Oh, this is just 3s. Well, okay, that's cool. I guess I like 3s, but I have to get them back into each other to upgrade them into 6s and then funnel the 6s into 12s. I mean, I only need to deliver 100 of these. I don't have to make a really powerful 12 factory, right? So maybe what I'll do is just, like, take this whole thing and then run it again in reverse here. I'll just take the 3's output by this and feed them back into themselves. That seems reasonable, right? That gets us 6's. And I can again copy this. I didn't quite get this right, the copy region right. I want to include that stuff. How am I so dumb? Where? Okay, I guess I designed it a little too tall. Okay, so I'll just do this. The input is like there, right? Yeah, okay. So it's expecting to get inputs like that. So we're getting 12s now. We don't get them very quickly, but we should have 100 before too long, and I don't think it's really worth the effort to invest in a bigger 12 factory because so far there's not anything asking me to deliver 1 billion 12s per second, right? Oh, right. I'm delivering 3's up there. I don't actually want to do this. I'm getting my 3's plenty fast elsewhere. Make sure they all go into this stuff. Now, we might someday want to deliver a bunch of 6's. There might be something here that says, hey, deliver 6's to upgrade your logarithm machine or something. I understand this game does eventually have at least multipliers and dividers. I don't know about anything else. Not sure what you need those for, but I mean, multipliers, great, sign me up. Dividers, not sure. So what did I... Right, okay. Nothing to do to the 2s, 3s, and 1s going in. Like, you could copy this entire setup here, I guess, and just produce... Yeah, I mean, that may as well, right? This is kind of a multiply by 4 factory sitting here. So if I just take this... Where are the inputs from? There. Is there like a mirror? No, there's just a rotate. Okay, annoying. But it should be pretty simple to run some 1s there, some 2s there, and then I can double the number of 12s I'm getting to get me to be done with this step faster. Now, oops. I don't think I'm actually going to get a single 12 from this factory before I hit the 100 level. But in case there's some reason for me to keep wanting 12s, now I've done that. And if there isn't, I can just delete this. Or even if I want 6s someday. Next level we get multipliers. Okay, it wants 24s. Hey! Good thing I made a way to double my 12s. It wants so many, though. Like... that even if I take this... Was it 7? Why not 8? I guess... I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're not backed up on inputs here at all. So if I just... Like, yeah, I guess take this, basically. Oh my god. The spaghetti is crazy here. But if I just now... do this. Well, I don't think that really improved things at all. Like, this is a way to take all those 12s I was making and turn them into 24s. It's going to be pretty slow. And so it would behoove me to produce them a little faster, but at least this is a way to get started. Still need to deliver more stuff to do more things. Okay. And what did I gain the ability to do? Can I extract 4s now? I can. Okay. Two belts per extractor. So... I mean, someplace with large numbers, some 4s and 3s would be desirable. You know, this is going okay. It would just be nice to do even more. Like, I'm just using this 1 and this 2. Boy, it looks kind of cool when you zoom out, doesn't it? Kind of reminds me of like an ant farm somehow. Look at those numbers go. We're saturating our belts with output from these 2 extractors to make a 24, which is not really taking advantage of our power to extract 3s and 4s. Yeah, which I do have, correct. Still can't extract 5s, but if I could find a place that had like a couple 4s next to each other or something, I could get 24s coming in pretty quickly with less machinery, right? So an extractor for 3s can produce a 6, 1 belt worth of 6s, right? Which would mean I would need 18 more. I guess you could just do a little math problem here, right? What if I wanted, say, an entire belt worth of 24s? I would need to find numbers adding up to a total of 12 and include them, right? Like there's a 4 here, a 4 here, a 3, and a 1. Or these 3 4s. Yeah, I mean, actually those 3 4s, that's not that complicated, right? Is it even going to have time to pay off? No. Okay, we'll see what it wants next. And we're going to have access to multipliers anyway, so, like, that's going to be a seismic shift and a paradigm shift. It's going to be the Industrial Revolution coming for us here. So I'm not going to bother building out a bigger... A lot of B's in that. A bigger factory for 24s until we figure out what it is we're supposed to do next. Although it doesn't... Okay, what is this? Okay, this is just telling me what I'm producing. Okay, I guess it's also telling me... Wait, what is this? I guess it's... It's weird that it's putting the words belt, extractor, and adder here, but I guess it's saying that in order to improve belts, you should deliver 1s, which I already know from the other tab. But it's saying why we're... Like, if I started delivering 4s, what would happen? Or something like that? That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Probably it'll say, like, knock it off. There's no reason to do this, but I'm sort of curious. Obviously, it's not an efficient way to deliver 4s. Multipliers. So they're a different shape. Interesting. Okay, so it's saying you're delivering 24s and 4s for no reason. Got it. And we can see here what in the future it will ask of us. So once we have this thing making 24s that we're happy with, we could start working on the next thing, I guess, while we wait. That's good. So right now I'm supposed to make 31. The obvious thing here is 5 times 3 plus 1. Which is completely wrong. 5 times 6 plus 1. I think I am done with these 24s. This idea of like using an array of adders is fine. It's good. But I don't really need to hang on to the actual, like, what I want really is to just like save this. This is the only concept that I care about. Oh, actually I did want that, didn't I? There you go. I'm just doing this so that... Wait, I wasn't using this one to go in here, was I? No. Okay. In the future, when I want to like add two numbers, I can just copy this, right? When I want an array of adders, it's right here. Very simple. Your two inputs, your output. And I'll leave all this going because 1s, 2s, and 3s are useful. Ah, multiply. So it wants 15s. Okay, that's cool. That makes sense. It gives us an excuse to make use of our newly discovered multiplication power. We want a 3 times 5. Oh, and how fast are these? You need 5 of them per... No, wait. To saturate a belt, which is 2.5 per second, we need 13 multipliers. Okay. So let's like, there's a 3 here, and we can add these to make 5, right? So let's make a factory for 15s out of this. Let's go grab this to add the 4 and the 1 together. And I mean, do I need an entire belt worth of these, or 2 belts? It seems not, right? I thought, oh, let's make, let's produce a ton of this stuff, but it looks like, level unlocks are going to be a bit of a bottleneck as well, and like just making more of this stuff is not really necessary. So I'll, oh, I didn't paste it anywhere, huh? I'll just do this much, which is 1 belt. Even though it means this 1 and 4 are underutilized, not a big deal. And we have to figure out how multipliers, like, how to lay out multipliers efficiently, I guess. I mean, I guess you can have multiple inputs, which is interesting. Like you could funnel A's in here faster, but there's no point because the thing can't produce them quickly. So, I mean, a multiplication array. What happens if you do this? Okay, they don't go through. They just get slurped up into its buffer and then wait. So that's not what we want. We want something like this, where like you can go in there or you can continue. And this input is going to do the same thing. Let me just route that in, I guess. And it looks like we need a space in between these, right? 12 of these, are you kidding me? 6. Okay, I'll just copy that when it's done, I guess. Actually, so let's route this down for the output, right? And also run this over. I think this is the, oops, hang on. This is the unit that I want to copy, basically. Except it's not gonna actually, it doesn't line up there. Okay, so if I copy this though, and put it here, yeah. 4, 5, 6. $12. And then we can line these up to go in here. So this is, I think, about one belt worth of 15s, right? About. Oh, actually, we needed 13 of these to fully saturate, right? All right, fine, done. Oh yeah, I can see how many of them we're making. 2 per second. Sure. Although, I think we actually haven't unlocked the ability to press this button, right? This was just practice. On the other hand, I mean, 2 15s and a 1, that's a thing we do need, right? For the current level. So if we just take this idea again, I don't have a lot of room over here. If I put it here, then I'll say one of the things I want to do with 15s is double them. Oh, I guess this has to go here as well. There you go. So there's my 30s. And if I take this same idea again, but I route the 30s to here and some 1s to here, then I have 31s, right? Okay, this little belt detour is silly. Obviously, it would have been better to go back up here. That's something I have to figure out at some point is like, I remember one thing I never quite got in all the time in Factorio, and it was never a natural at, is like when you're creating an array of like smelters or whatever, or assemblers, do you have the output belt running in the same direction as the input belts? If there's like more processing to do downstream, that makes sense. But if you want to just have kind of like a sequence of operations, you kind of want this belt to just go up so it can join with the next input or something and have another thing that goes down. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, just an interesting thought. And we're making now some 31s. Not a ton, though. It might be nice to double these up, I suppose. But yeah, it's going to take a while if I don't, huh? Well, in that case, like what I have right here is a 15 factory, right? And I have a 1, a 4, and a 3 that are all currently underutilized. So if I just slap this in here and run my 4s here along with my 1s. Nope, go in like that. And I bring the 3s. Looks like it goes there to here. Then I have 15s. Oh, but hang on. They're this is like almost a full belt of 15s, right? So I can't just join up here. I have to go after this split, where some of them are going into the base and some of them are going into the 31 machine. An upgrade has appeared. My multipliers will go faster, 0.3 per second. Okay. So what are we unlocking here? Extraction of 5s. Okay, whatever. So I can take these 15s. It's kind of silly, I guess, but I actually want like half of them to join up. I want like this, where I don't know. I'm making 2 half belts of 15s go into here and into here. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. If I just doubled up the number, I don't know, whatever. This is clearly disorganized, but that's pretty much my style in factory builders. I think we'll probably, like, I don't know, it's been an hour. I guess I just won't make you wait for the 31s to fill up. That's what I'll do. I'll call an end here, and I don't know, maybe I'll do another video, maybe I won't. I'm having a decent time, though. Probably will do another video. Take that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.